Konnichiwa, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Kyoto by Night, The Second Breath. Tonight, we will begin with Pink Fox meeting again with Chasecraft of the local news. Again, as previously, Ms. Fox and Ms. Kraft are meeting at the club that Fox performs at, which gives them a private room with a lot of background noise to be able to have discreet conversations.
And as per usual, Pink Fox is out on the prowl on the club grounds where music is beating, beating in the background, as it always does, and she's already prearranged this meeting, so she knows that Chase is coming. But for the purposes of maintaining the facade, as it were, Pink Fox will, as soon as she sees Chase, and as soon as Chase comes over to her, she'll be all puking rainbows and sunshine, like, "Yay, how are you doing? How you like the club, etc., etc., etc." And the conversation will inevitably lead to the "Do you want a private dance?" that type of thing, and Pink Fox will take Chase by the hand and into one of the private rooms and go through the same motions as before of turning up the ambient music in this little private room. And she'll get on with the little dance that she does, and we'll see how this goes. Oh. Still just as good as ever. So, what have we found?
Yeah, so I looked a little bit into that officer that you had asked me about. He actually seems to find himself in a lot of different situations and activities. He doesn't seem to be specialized for any specific department. I've seen him, he's investigated, like I said, he was involved last year with that incident down at the black market docks. Right now, he's looking into potential theft and vandalism at the art museum. Other than the thing at the docks, though, most of his attention has been within specific areas. It has been mostly downtown and throughout the neighboring districts. It seems like whenever there's anything that's, I don't want to say unusual, but stuff that definitely stands out, he seems to be the one that's issuing statements, or his name shows up somewhere within the reports that get released to the public, mostly in downtown and central Kyoto, as well as the Arashima district.
Why do you think that is? That he's involved in all these unusual cases?
Well, I have two guesses, because that I found very unusual. Part of it could be cultural, because I know back home, a lot of times you've got different departments, and you've got people that just work homicide or just work high theft. He does work a lot with the GIC, but the thing seems to be more that it's either because of his seniority, he is, I guess, kind of gets to pick and choose or gives his official advice to situations that are going on. But My other suspicion is that he's perhaps forcing himself to get involved in specific cases. Um, it doesn't always, like when he's assigned the case, it seems to be a case that he's asked for if it wasn't originally within his area. Um, but even when his name comes up, it seems to be that he just kind of finds a way to wiggle himself into the investigation, or he's kind of got a bit of a reputation for being nosy. Um, so I'm wondering if he might be, I don't know, on the take. Like, I don't know if corruption is such big of a deal in Japan as it is in America or Canada, but it's a, I mean, maybe I'm just being paranoid, but
Well, as Big Fox says as she pulls down one of the straps on the bra that she's wearing. If someone doesn't do their job properly, regardless of whichever culture, you're naturally going to get upset. Wonder. I don't want you exposing yourself too much. I think we should probably, well, should probably wait until, you know, we can potentially find something, you know, to give him. If we want to, that is. Though, make you think, doesn't it? If he
yeah.
seems to force himself into these cases, maybe there's another reason why. And if he can pick and choose, maybe he'll only go for the cases that he feels are important to it.
Maybe. I couldn't really find too much. I did a light background check, not enough to attract any attention. I couldn't really bring up too much. I mean, he's estranged from his extended family. He's not married. He's he's got a fairly boring life outside of work, as far as I can tell. Does seem to be devoutly religious, though.
Oh?
Yeah, he is been involved in a few different charities, and he always attends festivals at just give me a sec. She pulls out and starts looking through her notes. It's a specific Sohanzen Mayomanji Temple. He's done some volunteer work there. He's usually at festivals. He actually used to, when he first started as an officer, was from that neighborhood before his promotions got him involved in other cases.
Is that a Shinto shrine?
It's actually a Buddhist shrine, I think. Yes. Yeah, it's a Buddhist shrine.
Never really thought of it that way.
But other than that, I can't really find anything. Like, nothing stands out. He's never been investigated by the CIB for any kind of improper behavior. no, he's not prone to violence or misuse of police authority. So
he's one of the good guys.
yeah, as far as I can tell, which is why like the paranoid, he's on the take kind of a thing is probably like just me being paranoid or watching too many wuxia gangster movies. But you know, I mean, I guess maybe he's trying to buck for a promotion and he keeps looking for that one big case that'll get him noticed and help him with his next step on the rung. Could be why, he's the big bus or the attack at the docks last year, or this art theft, something that's high profile or potential to have a lot of attention on it if he can perform well.
Pink Fox will presumably come to the end of a little routine and like lay on her front, with the heels kicking up with her hands like kind of like that. And she'll just kind of like cock her head to one side and do the whole Genki girl type look on her face, like. And she'll just wait there for a moment. And I do think we're going to use Evaluate on Chase at the moment.
Awesome. So perception and empathy, difficulty 5.
3 successes.
Excellent. All right. Well, that is quite a bit of information actually that you get. She's not have any kind of bonds, so nobody has already tampered with her. She's using her real name. She's not living under a pseudonym. You know a little bit about how she moved around a little bit growing up.
Sorry, I kind of like dropped out there for a second. Can you start again?
Oh, okay. Sorry. You can tell nobody has messed with her. There's no bonds, no spirit bonds, or anything like that. And you can tell that she's using her real name. She's not living under a pseudonym. She did grow up in Nova Scotia, but she moved around Canada a little bit, spent some time in Toronto and even on the other coast in Vancouver before going back to Nova Scotia for her college and education. Traveled a little bit through Europe before heading over to Japan. She is she doesn't have any repressed memories. She's actually had a fairly fortunate upbringing. She dislikes seafood, but really is just kind of doesn't dislike, but is very neutral on her opinion on males. Yeah, for the rest of the scene, you can tell if she tells a lie to you.
Going out for me on this. I know it's kind of, a long shot whether we'll find anything, but
no, I've with this this robbery there, I hear that they're very close to nailing down a suspect. I've heard that they found some evidence, not on this at the scene, but near the museum, that they believe is going to lead them to the individuals that are responsible. So, and let me just check here. Okay, no, she didn't get any other info.
I'm sure if Captain Makihisa is investigating this thing at the museum, that, you know, something will crop up eventually. Now, what do I think I can do to give you a reward?
I could think of a few things.
Mm-hmm. I can as well, but, you know, I'm going to be in my shift for another 2 hours, I think. But
I could swing by later.
hey,
Do you need a ride home?
I could.
I'm sure I could swing by at the end of your shift.
Sweet. Well, then,
She'll put the yen in the tip box and
mhm.
make her way back out.
And yes, Big Fox will actually put her clothes back on. And I think that the next 2 hours she'll do what she does until Chase picks her up. And then she'll take her home with her.
All right. Excellent. Was there anything else that Pink Fox would like to do in this scene?
Nothing that we can record.
Alrighty then. And on that high note, we will leave our viewers' imaginations to run wild, and we will see you next time. Sayonara.